Hey guys, I hope everybody's doing amazing. So I wanted to continue to bring you, hopefully, what is some help, some serious conversation about revenue, how to be able to create your own stimulus opportunities, not have to sit around and wait on a check, or when the check comes, it just is extra and not something that you rely on to try to pay all of your bills. So for those of you who don't know who I am, of course, my name is Coach Danielle Patterson Winningham, a seven-figure earner, seven-figure coach. And what's going on right now really, it really hits me to my core because for years I've been saying a few things, but I kind of felt like Noah, like I'm trying to tell y'all it's about to rain, and nobody wanted to listen until, of course, it didn't just start raining, the bottom fell out. And the unfortunate part about that is when the bottom falls out, it's the people that are at the bottom that are hurt the worst. So if you're watching this, if you could share the broadcast, start a watch party, and over the next few days, I'm going to be launching things to help some families really get out there, earn some additional revenue, really get out there and recreate and create new opportunities. It's a new world, it's a new territory, but I don't want you guys to be afraid of it. I want you to know that every time the pendulum swings this swiftly, that it's an opportunity for us to do something very, very different. But we have to be open to those new opportunities. So next week we're starting a social media challenge. It's free, bit.ly/7-day show up. I'm going to be doing a masterclass this Saturday at 9:30 to kick it off. It's free. If you don't register, you won't get a link. So in this season, I'm not going to do everything publicly. I'm going to ask that if you want to be involved and you're not a part of my original community, a part of my close-knit community, you need to sign up to get the opportunity to even get this information. So bit.ly/7-day show up. And tonight we're talking about what will save you in a crisis, right? First, we have to understand, thank you, CJ, for sharing. And guys, if you haven't shared already, Heather, thank you for sharing. First, you got to understand this is new territory for everybody. This is brand new territory for everybody from the schools to the government. This is new territory for employers, corporations. This is brand new territory for everybody. So while you may be stressed, trust me, they are too. While you may be wondering, what are you going to do? Then trust me, everybody is wondering those same things. And so what you have to do in this season is you have to be able to look at what's going on and be able to understand how you can survive based on what's going on. So let me tell you the good news. The good news is that you guys are in a position of being way more knowledgeable about online than 95% of America. Just the fact that you are here and watching me on live stream means that you're way further ahead of the pack than 95% of America. Okay? You have to understand that. So the days of being afraid, or the days of worrying about your ego being impacted, or the days of you worrying about what people got to say, right about now, everybody's struggling. So ain't nobody got nothing to say. As a matter of fact, for the first time in history, they're applauding real entrepreneurship. The man that sold Clorox wipes out of the trunk of his car and made $100,000. That's real entrepreneurship. And again, there are going to be a ton. Hey, Juanice. Hey, Jessica. There's going to be a ton of people that come out of this a little worse for wear, but better off financially if you know where to look. So just understand that 2 weeks ago, there was a difference between the virtual world and the real world. And that in just a short amount of time, everything is collapsed and everything is going virtual. If you understand that, go ahead and put me in the chat. If you understand that in just a few short days, maybe a week, do it the most, it went from being, oh, virtual versus in person, to social distancing, to staying away from people, to online concerts, virtual news. You got newscasters doing the news in their bedrooms. You got quarantines. You got curfews. So type me if you understand just how pivotal that is to countries and nations who are used to getting out and going out and being among people. So the new gathering place is now online. How will that help you make millions? Well, for those of you who got here first, for those of you who have even just a little bit of online knowledge, hey, good evening, Sing Song. Good evening, Periscope. For those of you who are sitting at home all day with really not too much else to do, this is an opportunity for you to reinvent your opportunities because everyone is going viral. So if you haven't already gone to bit.ly/7-day show up, next week we're kicking off a 7-day social media challenge. When you register at that link, you're going to automatically get my list of social media resources. But for the next 7 days, we're going to be showing you, kicking off with a masterclass on Saturday morning at 9:30. We're going to be showing you how to make the most out of these social media lemons. Because when life gives you lemons, what do you make? You make lemonade, you make dew, you make a way for your family, you make a way to make it. We can sit around and wait on an unemployment check. We can sit around and wait on government stimulus. We can sit around and wait on our ability to go back to job, or you can choose to fight. You can choose to go out. You can choose to use the knowledge that you have, and you can choose to reinvent yourself so that you're not in this situation ever again, right? One thing about this whole online platform now is with the quarantine, it is forcing people to be indoors. It is forcing people to participate online. It is forcing people to watch where they may not have watched before. They may have been too busy going and ripping and running, buying groceries. They may have been too busy ripping and running, picking the kids up from school, dropping kids off for school, picking up dry cleaning, running to church. Guess what happened overnight, guys? Everybody's indoors. Wow. That fast. So I want you to understand, and over the next 7 days, what we're going to be talking about is how do you make lemons how do you make lemonade out of this lemons? Because you can't just sit there. And you have to understand, if you're here for a reason, and you got here first. You're a first adopter of social media. You are a first adopter of these live stream platforms. You probably know more about the live stream platforms than the majority of these schools. You got all local school districts, you got college schools who are all of a sudden doing everything virtually. Corporations doing everything virtually. So it's not about taking advantage of people. It's about being opportunistic enough to that if wood washes up on your shore, that you build a boat. You don't have to go down with the rest of the island, and understand that you were given this knowledge and placed with this knowledge for a reason. Say me if you get that. So there are four things, guys, that will save you in emergencies like this. And we're going to be talking about those 4 things next week. 4 things that will save you. Residual income. Does everybody now understand the need for residual income? Residual income is money that comes in month over month regardless as to whether you go to a job or not. Does everybody understand now the need for residual income? Go ahead and say me if you understand. If you don't have, I received a residual income check from a product that I support yesterday. And I'm going to be showing you guys about how to duplicate that same effort next week, bit.ly/7-day show up. Now, if you left your job this week without knowing whether your employer was going to pay you or not, do you understand why residual is important? If you are a waitress or someone who works in a restaurant and you had to go from being packed every night and making thousands of dollars worth of tips to now I got to go apply for unemployment, you understand residual income and how important it is. If you're someone who is trying to wait on the government to figure out what they're going to do to get you a stimulus check that is probably not still going to be enough to pay your bills, you understand the importance of residual income. So starting Saturday at 9:30 a.m., I'm going to start with a social media masterclass to show you how to maximize your knowledge online to be able to create your own step. You know what my goal is? My goal is to positively impact 500 families by showing them how to create residual income. Thank you, John Ford, for your grammar. And why people out here starving and trying to get it, you worry about people's grammar. Thanks. Boy, I tell you what, even as the world fall to pieces, you're going to catch some, right? But I'm going to keep going because I'm here for a reason. And you know, anytime you show up with a reason, the enemy will always try to throw those daggers at you, but you just got to keep going. You just got to, as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and correct that for those grammarians in the audience. Let me take that away. Okay, great. Correct it. So that we can keep going. No, you're not helping me. You're being a distraction with things. So everybody understands that's the statement. Why social media will make you millions now. But it may also be a question because if you don't act on your knowledge, it's the equivalent of not going to a job. And people think that social media is a silver bullet. It's not. Work is the silver bullet. So whatever you do, you're going to have to work at it. So my goal is to help 500 families understand how they can reinvent their current lives, their current livelihood, their current day-to-day. Take advantage of your employer allowing you to work from home. Be able to dedicate time to truly building an online business. I've told you guys for years. 9 years I've built online business, 9 years. And for the entire 9 years, I've told you a virtual world is coming. And it literally got here overnight. D. Morris said, whoever it is probably don't have no tissue. Girl, I'll send them some. But the virtual world got here overnight. So there's only 3 things that will save you in a crisis like this. Number 1 is residual income. Number 2 is credit. Credit or resources. And number 3 is cash. And over the next 7 days, I'm going to be showing you all of those things and how you can get all of those things leveraging social media and people you already know. What is better? I'm going to ask you a question. What is better than right now being able to earn revenue by helping other people earn revenue? The challenge is free, bit.ly/7-day show up. A lot of what I do, Alexis, over the last 9 years has been free. There are so many people into the thousands that will tell you how much money they've made by watching me for free. So if you want to join the free challenge, then join. It's that simple. And one of the things that I will tell you is that, again, it does require work. So a lot of times, especially in situations like this, we tend to, and I did a broadcast last night about being open to new opportunities. A lot of us are so closed-minded and so skeptical that we miss the opportunity to get educated on how to do something else. So this is a 7-day social media challenge. It kicks off at 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time on Saturday morning. Once you register, you'll get the details. But again, my commitment is to help 500 families really understand how they can save themselves with social media. I'll tell you some of the things I'm going to be doing. We're going to have a free, Natasha, you can tell her how many people I've helped make money on social media and didn't make a dime. I've made a lot of money on social media, but everything I did didn't have a cost. If it did, I'd be a trillionaire. Trust and believe. So here's the thing. I want to show people a few things. Number one, I'll tell you what I have coming up. Number one, I'm going to have a free masterclass on how to create your own social media marketing firm. Because there are a lot of people who are struggling, but they have the knowledge that these brick and mortars need to come online, that these schools need to come online, that these corporations need to come online. There's a bigger need out there. And the entire world right now is trying to adopt and adapt. And one thing I know from being in corporate America is that adoption is hard. It's hard to change people's day-to-day habits, but we've been forced into change. So we may as well deal with it. So number one, how to show people how to create their own social media marketing firms so they can leverage simple tools and their own knowledge to be able to help other people come online. Number two, how to leverage social media on a day-to-day basis so you can communicate easier across multiple platforms. I'm going to be showing you some of the tools that me and my team use to be able to master social media. Tools that you may have thought you didn't need in the past, overnight they changed. Jessica said, we are thankful your purpose being more important than you and profit. They run by neck and neck. They run about neck and neck. And let me tell you, that's something that I teach you guys too, right? You have to understand your value. I'm not a nonprofit. But at the same time, if you don't help somebody along the way, who's going to help you when you need help? So I am a big believer in community. I'm a big believer in community service. And I think that right now, more than any time, there should be a lot of people who've made a lot of money on social media, like myself, out there helping other people come online because people need it. So there's going to be a time, and I even told my clients, look, when you show up in the drought, when you show up when you know a lot of people don't have a lot of money to pay you, it really reminds people as to who's real and who's not. It really reminds people of who they will trust and who they won't trust when this is all said and done. So there are going to be some people who are conspicuously absent because they know that people are struggling financially. That's when the real people show up. So I'm committed to show up every day to teach. If you're committed to show up every day and listen, if you're committed to show up every day and share, if you're committed to show up every day and execute the things that I'm teaching you, if you're committed to show up every day and take notes, if you're committed to show up every day and learn. One thing I've always said is I can't save it. I can't do the work for you, and I'm not. I got my own work to do, but I'm willing to help. Is that fair? Does that sound fair? So the first initiative me and my team are rolling out is the bit.ly/7-day show up. We are personally committed to helping 500 or more families be able to improve their quality of life, package the information they already have. We're going to be doing things. We are going to be doing workshops where we charge. We're going to be executing workshops where you can pay what you can afford. I think that's fair. I don't think that anybody should have total access without skin in the game. That's another thing we're going to be doing. We're going to be launching a series of workshops where we would normally charge $1,000 for $19. Again, super affordable for people that really want the information and know that they can take the information and make more money. You know, at the end of the day, I'm really not trying to do anything but what I feel is my corporate obligation. I'm really not trying to do anything but help some people who really need the help. You don't always have the naysayers, and you don't always have the people that, you know, got some slick and fly to say. I tend to ignore them for the most part. Because when it's all said and done, AWC, when it's all said and done, I know where my blessings come from. And I know that when you help other people, you're blessed. And I know that I'm blessed right now so that I can be a blessing to other people. So if you haven't already registered, make sure you register. I'm not going live because I don't want the hecklers. I don't want the trolls talking about my grammar. I don't want to feel like I have to be persecuted to try to help some people out. You understand what I'm saying? So we're going to be getting text messages out. We'll be getting emails out with the dial-in information. If you want the dial-in information, you're not on my list, go to bit.ly/7-day show up. But we're going to have social media masterclass every day, every Saturday, starting at 9:30 Central Standard Time this Saturday. And then we're going to kick off Saturday, our 7-day free social media challenge. So again, looking for those individuals. Oh, thank you, WC. I appreciate that. We're looking for individuals who are ready to do something different and understand that, listen, guys, the world is changing right before our eyes. It's super scary. I can't even lie to you. To not know what tomorrow's going to hold, to not know what tomorrow's going to bring, to go from being a world where we pretty much knew everything that was coming. So me and Troy were talking the other day about how this is some things that have happened in our lifetime that we've never seen before. And we're like, wow, you know, what's going to happen next? So with that being said and done, at least we can work to become financially fit. We can work to become financially comfortable so that we're not struggling with things like, where's my next meal going to come from? How am I going to pay my mortgage? So Alexis, if people don't have money, again, the masterclass Saturday is free. Just said that. We're going to be doing the for social media challenges free. And Alexis, you have to understand that if people don't have money, people are going to have to start making different choices. It is a choice to earn revenue. It is a choice to do uncomfortable things. It's a choice to reinvent yourself. It's a choice to build businesses. All of these things are choices. And one thing I will say is that our choices is what got us here. So whatever your situation is right now, it is as a result of your choices. I wasn't born with money at all and had to make choices over the years that were difficult, but I made them. And so at some point, everybody has to get to that bridge where they make choices to do something different with their life. And this is one of those such impasses where you got to choose to go back to living how you were living or do something different. So I'm going to get out of here, guys, but I'll see you guys tomorrow and hopefully see you Saturday morning, bit.ly/7-day show up. Guys, tune in. The Build Your Online Business evening show is coming right up in about 6 minutes. So hope to see you guys there.